I am so excited to show you how to make some interactive tools like these for your Canvas course. Actually, you can use this in any of your courses or on any website. I'm starting here in Canva, and I have the free for teachers version. So Canva is free for all K-12 educators, but you can also do this in just the free version of Canva. We're going to go right here to Canva AI. And from Canva AI, we're going to choose Code for Me. As I scroll down, there are several different examples of things that you can ask Canva to code. And these are all interactive activities. Instead of clicking on one of these, I'm going to go ahead and ask Canva for a set of flashcards. So I'm going to give it some explanation here. So I want create flashcards to help my students learn their multiplication facts for 8 up to 12. And I also want to show their score, and I want a pop-up that says good job or try again. And then I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to take some time to create the code that goes along with this. Now I'm asking it for flashcards, but there are so many things that you can ask it for. In just a minute, I'm going to show you, here comes the code. In a minute, I'm going to show you how to create a way to classify variables. I teach statistics, and I'm going to have it classify qualitative and quantitative variables, allowing students to do that. Now it's already up to 283 lines of code. Okay, so here it is, and this is what it looks like, and this is what it would look like for your students. But I can make lots of different changes. Notice how it says I'm on version 1 right now, and I can make tweaks to it. So let's go ahead and practice. So if I go 8 and then submit, it says good job, great. Then I'll do next. And then let's put a wrong answer in and see what happens. Submit. Try again. The answer is 16. Maybe I don't want try. Oh, actually, can I do 16? Okay, 16. And then submit. So it looks like it's a little glitchy there. So I'm going to change a few things. Instead of try again, say good try. The answer is whatever the answer happens to be. I also want the flashcards to slide when going from one question to the next. Now I could also change the background color, I could change the font color, I could change the font, but I'm just going to keep it this way because I actually like it. Let's go ahead and hit enter here and submit our reply. Okay, so it's updated it for me. That was really quick. So here comes version 2. And if I do 8 and then enter, continue, great job. And then I want the next question, and it slid, that's great. Let's put in a wrong answer, 10, and then submit. And it says good try, the answer is 16. Okay, so continue, and then let's do next. That looks great. We can also reset that score. It's keeping track. Practice your 8 times tables. You can change that language, so many things you can do. But let's go ahead and use this in a design. So the next thing that you want to do before you get it into your classroom or on your website is to click Use in a Design. And I played around with all of these, and I found that putting it into a website is the best way to get it into your Canvas course. So I'm going to choose Website, and here it is. You can interact with it. I really can't make changes though at this point. So what I want to do is to publish the website, and Canva allows you to publish websites for free. This is just going to be a holding place for our activity. So I'm going to publish this website. Now I've already used websites for my Canva, but if you haven't, you're going to want to change these first few words. So it will say to create one, and it's like my.canva.site. I put Angie Teaches for mine. So mine's already here. I could change it, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it, and then I'm going to click publish. Once I've got it published, I'm going to be able to get the embedded code. Really easy to drop it into Canvas. Okay, yay! We're not going to view the website, but notice how it adapts for both a mobile display and a computer display. Let me click X to leave this. Now that I've published that, I want to go ahead and do share. So I'm going to share, and I want to embed, and embed is not here. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots for see all, and then I'm going to choose embed. embed. And it says, do you want the HTML code or do you want the link? I always choose the HTML code. I think it's a really, really nice interface when you do it this way. I'm going to click copy and let's go over to Canvas. Now you could embed this in other places as well, but we're going to embed it into our Canvas class. I've already created a page here called class activity. Let's go ahead and open that page up. And I believe it's just a blank page. It's just a blank page. I'm going to click edit and then putting my cursor here in the rich content editor. You could add some instructions first, but I'm going to hit enter and let's embed that code. So we go to insert and then embed, and it's ready for my embedded code. I'm going to go ahead and do a Control V to paste. On your Mac, you would do a Command V. So I'll do a Control V and then submit. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got here. So there it is. It's showing everything, which is great. I can go ahead and click save. And I can practice just as my students would practice. Now this isn't going to grade this or keep track of what your student's doing, but it's a great way for them to practice. Let me show you how to build that classification activity next. Let's go back to our AI tool. So clicking back on projects, let's go to home and then Canva AI, and I want to choose code for me. This time I'm going to use one of the examples down below, and we want to, let's do the sorting activity here, but I'm going to make it so it fits my class. So I've clicked on that sorting activity, and as I read through the instructions, students are going to drag and drop items into the correct buckets. That's great. But I don't want those buckets to be those two. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to say I want the buckets to be qualitative. This is for variable types, and quantitative. Students will be dragging at least 10 different variables into these buckets. And it looks like I spelled quantitative wrong. I don't know that that's right, or quantitative. Okay, and now let's go ahead and ask it to create that for us. So now we've got all of our different variables here, and then we've got down below our two different buckets. Now I could absolutely make some changes here. City of birth would be a qualitative, so I can drag that one down there. And then it says score 1. Okay, that's right. Let's do one that's wrong. Test score would be quantitative. Let's drop that one in, and it just wouldn't let me put it in there. So I can put test score instead if I scroll down. So maybe I want to change that. I'd rather have those two next to each other. So let's say, can you make the variable boxes smaller so they fit maybe 3 across the page? I also want the qualitative and quantitative boxes next to each other horizontally. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. But I do want to warn you just about one thing. So I've noticed as I've played around with this a ton that Canva, once you start making changes, it'll make small changes for you, but not big changes. So sometimes I found that it's easier just to go back to the AI tool if it doesn't give me what I want, and then start over again, and then be more specific with exactly what I want from the start. And then another quick warning, it's still working on it, and then another quick warning, if you are working with the free version of Canva, there is a limit to the number of AI requests that you can make as well. But it is free for K-12 educators, and it's pretty inexpensive, especially if you're on the yearly plan. Okay, oh great, so it made my variable boxes smaller, and as I scroll down, those still aren't next to each other, but it is better. And we can start to try and drag these in, and that's not correct, but the city of birth would be here. The possibilities are endless. Please share how you use Canva in your classes in the comments down below.